The events of 10th of November have indeed devastated the entire country. Not only has it left a physical mark on it, but it also has left an indelible emotional mark. Now, the perpetrators of this crime have been caught, but they've been caught using very advanced technologies, one of them being surveillance CCTV technology. Now, in the big tech story this week, we are trying to understand how surveillance and CCTVs in India really work. What is the ecosystem like, how advanced it is, and what is really happening behind the scenes. Because remember, we do have a robust infrastructure in terms of the tech, but does it need any upgradation? Does it need AI and machine learning to be embedded into the system? That is what we will try to figure out on this week's big tech story on the Tech Today show.
Most of us pass these cameras every single day, on flyovers, at traffic signals, in housing societies, and outside small shops. It's become such a normal part of city life that we barely register them. But these cameras form the backbone of how cities respond to crisis, manage crowds, direct traffic, and even trace missing persons. Traffic teams depend on these live feeds to ease bottlenecks, call out reckless driving, and in many cases, cameras alert authorities to an incident even before a citizen manages to dial in. And back at home, smart cameras have slipped into our routines almost unnoticed, helping parents check in on their kids, families look out for elderly members, confirm deliveries, and even giving small businesses a simple way to monitor customer flow or keep track of inventory.
Remember, CCTVs are of different types. They also need to undergo very rigorous testing and also certain benchmarks that they have to pass in order to be installed. But there was the hardware part. Now let's try to move into the software side of things, because remember, there are so many cameras out there that needs a little bit of upgradation, maybe in terms of the software, maybe in terms of what kind of AI or machine learning can be embedded into these cameras to make them a little more smarter. So for that, we spoke to another expert who gave us insights about how cameras can become smarter.
India already have more than 3 crore cameras being bought last year. So no one is going to change the hardware and perform all the analysis. So the main the motive behind the software was to basically utilize the existing camera to perform different kind of a security analysis. And when I say security analysis, it could be facial recognition in terms of the criminals or terrorists which we have the target, or maybe in terms of law enforcement, it could be a fake number plate vehicle which might be roaming across the city and which may do the crime. The third, of course, is very important use case is the attribute-based search. Let's say if I want to search for a particular vehicle or particular, let's say, person in terms of the textual query. Let's say I'm searching for a person who's wearing white shirt and blue jeans and black shoes. How I can perform that search across 10,000 cameras, which might be deployed across the city.
Instead of simply reacting, authorities can plan ahead. Instead of scrambling for clues, they are staying a step in front of them. Picture this: thousands of cameras streaming into a single dashboard, mapping live traffic, highlighting hotspots, marking accident-prone stretches, even predicting where crowds will build up next. This isn't sci-fi. It's already the reality inside command centers in Delhi, Hyderabad, Surat, and more. And while cities scale up their big systems, people are quietly building their own mini versions at home. Smart doorbells, motion pings, cloud backups, baby and pet monitoring, even two-way talk. A few years ago, these felt like luxury add-ons. Today, they're just standard features. For small businesses, the value goes even further. Footfall insights, heat maps, theft prevention, better staff planning. Smart surveillance has moved way beyond security. It's about making life smoother, smarter, and a whole lot more efficient.
So the Red Fort incident is indeed a reminder of how important surveillance is for this country. And remember, it is evolving. We showed you so much of tech and how it is enhancing each and every day. And remember, it's just not part of the city or your neighborhood, is also a part of what's happening inside of your house. And that is exactly why you need to be aware of what's happening within the ecosystem, because it is an integral part of your lives as well. And as this entire tech evolves, understand that as users, you have to evolve with it. And hopefully, you'll be able to understand the nuances in a better way after following this segment.